Butter is not back, but seed oils are. A new study is taking over headlines like this one stating that replacing butter with plant-based oils may lower your risk of mortality. And people are freaking out about it. But I'll get to that in a minute. This study included over 220,000 adults from 3 large American cohorts who were followed for 33 years. And their health, lifestyle, and diet information was collected every 2 to 4 years. They found that those with the highest butter intake had a 15% higher risk of mortality compared to those with the lowest intake, while the highest plant-based oil intake was associated with a 16% lower risk. And even when they removed olive oil, the highest consumption of the plant oils, which were predominantly seed oils, were still associated with an 8% reduction in risk. And canola oil, soybean oil, and olive oil were each individually associated with reductions in risk. And finally, they found that replacing just 10 grams or about 2 teaspoons of butter with plant-based oils each day could lower your risk of total and cancer mortality by about 17%. Now, based on the comments I've seen online, I can only imagine that these results provoked a very strong emotional response from people, leading them to comment without even reading the paper. For example, the most common argument I've seen is that those who consumed the most butter also had more obesity, were less physically active, and smoked more. But so did those with the highest seed oil consumption, yet those oils were still beneficial. So those confounders weren't enough to completely flip the results there. But of course, none of the people who are whining about this healthy user bias mentioned that it also applied to seed oils. I wonder why. Now, the researchers are well aware of these potential confounders, and they adjusted for them, limiting their influence on the final results anyway, but the double standard from the critics is worth noting. The fact of the matter is that unsaturated fat-rich plant oils are much healthier choices than butter, and this is supported by long-term randomized controlled trials dating back decades. This is nothing new.